What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Dima, Seawalk Music. So guys, as you know, the black diaspora in Africa are trying to bridge the gap. Countries like Ghana, they have started the year of return, and you've seen every year about 200 to 250 blacks from all over the world get their citizenship. A lot of those blacks coming from the African American community. You've seen it now also with Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is leading the actual charge here and saying, listen, if you have Sierra Leone in DNA, we're going to give you citizenship by DNA, which is what no one else is doing in the world. That's huge. However, Uganda is right on the path. Uganda is a bigger country than the other two. I believe they have a lot of talent here in the country in Uganda, when I'm there rather. I love that country. So they have a lot of situations going on there, right? And I want to give the staff there a big shout out. They're doing a great job. I know one of the brothers in particular, two of the people that are really leading the charge here. And I don't want to mention their names because of this particular video, okay? But they're doing a great job. But I noticed that Brother Terrance Howard is currently in Uganda, and looking at the photo that I've seen him being posted with, he's with his lovely wife, okay? And his wife is Asian. Now, Terrance Howard is a electrifying actor. He's a unique talent. He's been talented since the 90s. He's a tech entrepreneur. He's great. He's an American classic, all right? Especially when he came out in Dead Presidents. Listen, the truth, all right? He's awesome. And I believe this is his first time coming to Africa. But what people are going to say, and I know how people are, what is he doing with an Asian wife, okay? I know how people place their stuff like this in the black community because there was other situations. I won't call the person's name. There was a big time YouTuber who has a pro-black channel, and then his wife was also non-black. And so these questions come up in the black world. And I want to talk about the African perspective in comparisons to the African American perspective. Somebody like Terrance Howard with all of that experience and knowledge, if he is a person that doesn't have a black wife, people in our community are going to have a lot to say. You hate your mom. You don't love yourself. They're going to say all these other things, okay? But now I want you to think about it, because a lot of black Americans, when you go to Africa, you're thinking in the same way that we think in America. But Africans are more versatile in their way of thinking, okay? They are more versatile. They don't come up like we do. We are the same skin tone and skin reflection, and we can agree on certain things. But the thing that's unique about the African perspective is they kind of have more of a broader view on dating and interrelationships. They feel like as long as you're a good person and as long as you're contributing to the community, why should race be a thing? Now, us being in America, dealing with racism and white supremacy and stuff like that, we can have a different view, right, of why we need to stick together. But again, somebody like Terrance Howard, you would say, well, listen, Cuba Gooding Jr. is, been married out of the race. Terrance Howard's been married out of the race. Why are these guys going to these other groups of women? And see, here we got to go back to the issue without talking about it, without saying nothing. We all know what's going on. When you see these prominent black men have a wife of another culture, it's not because they hate black people or they dislike black women. Because if that was the case, the brother would have not even decided to go to Africa, all right? Because he has enough money. He doesn't need to go there, but he wanted to experience it for the first time. And it's a great country because it's the first country I ever went to on the continent of Africa. But we don't have the discipline and understanding in the culture, many of us, to do well in marriages and relationships. And I'm not going to just put this here on the women. It's the men too. It's me too, to a certain degree. It's only been recent that I really understood. I'm talking about recent in the last maybe 10 years. And I really understood, hey, this is what my role is. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to accept for myself. And this is what I'm supposed to do for the community or for women that I'm dealing with. Okay? Because many of us were not taught that. Okay? So when you go out there and you deal with a woman in your community, do you know how to deal with adverse problems, adverse times, feeling that you're being disrespected? No, it's a chaotic situation. You have two people typically coming together from communities that have no fathers and expect that they should get along. This is just like T.I.'s stepdaughter. She got, became a baby daddy to some dude named Bad Hunter, baby mama, and she's a single mom now. Wanna know why? Even though T.I. and Tiny were married, they don't have no good form of relationship as a model or a blueprint. And brothers, once they come into something like Hollywood, where Hollywood is diverse, you're meeting different women who come maybe from more of a stable background than you're coming from. What are these black men gonna do? Okay? And every brother is not looking for a woman that has a big behind. Every black man is not looking for a woman who's super thick or IG model. Brothers are looking for women that they have a relationship with. Okay? A wife you can talk to. You have the same socioeconomic class. You can get along. It's not all about, oh man, look how thick she is. No. And the reality is that a lot of brothers are really believing like, okay, I can get along with black women if I find the right one. But just think about this. If it's harder to find a red shirt and you keep seeing a white shirt or a orange shirt and it's just as good or even better for you, what are you gonna pick? You keep seeing every red shirt you see 30 other shirts. Should you ignore the other 30 shirts and go with the red one? If you can find it, it's good, but it's less in proximity. And when I say less in proximity, you have black women out there who are capable of being a mate. But what I'm saying is a lot of them haven't had the experience of what a long-term relationship is. What does it look like? And it makes it very difficult for some of these brothers and sisters to come together when they just haven't had that experience. But now people coming from these other families that are Asian, now I'm not saying they don't have problems, because they do. And then they can get in a relationship with a black man, and he understands now how the household should run. He might not even be used to that treatment. And a lot of brothers don't hate black people that do this, because again, if the brother did, he would not come to Uganda. But what happens is that once you come to Africa, nobody's going to look down on you because you're in an interracial relationship. That's different from black America. Okay. When you come to Africa, whether you're with a black woman or a white woman, you cannot agree with that, but people are not going to look down on you. You're going to be just as respected as anything else. And that's something that people got to understand. You have a lot of people that are black women that have white husbands, or vice versa. Black men that got white, they come to Africa, they get a lot of love. And in the black American community, get a lot of hate. But we haven't looked at, okay, well, why is this the case? Why is this the case? This is just furthermore shows us that our people can't get along in our community. And you can look at Terrance Howard, man. He was in, listen, what's the Whoop That Trick movie? He was doing that song. You know what I'm talking about? The Memphis movie where he was the pimp. Definitely the brother is hustle and flow. Definitely he a black man and come from our community. But brothers want to come home to a nice and easier life. And this is what it seems like our brother Terrance Howard decided to do. And he still wants to experience what it is for his culture. It's not an all in all thing. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first link at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.